Well, many scientists believe the world is in the midst of an extinction crisis, with huge numbers of plant and animal species going extinct every year.
But a network of volunteers is helping by raising endangered species in their own homes. Science and nature specialist John Hollenhorst has the story.
Say hello to a tiny little fish you've probably never heard of.
At first glance, they're kind of a duller fish, but then as the light catches them, they're quite pleasing to look at.
It's an obscure, vanishingly rare species called Ameca splendens.
They kind of look like butterflies when they shine in the light.
Chuck Roberts is raising 6 in the basement of his home in West Valley City.
Wanted to keep some fish that kind of had a purpose, so beyond just something that looks nice in your house.
Here's what the little critter's relatives are up against in the wild. Deep in the heart of Mexico, where they used to live in shallow rivers, only about 1,000 Amecas, maybe 1,100, are still alive, hanging on in 2 commercial water parks. They're considered critically endangered.
This is where the dam that people suspect had something to do with it.
Whether it's dams or pollution or predatory invader fish, something pushed Ameca splendens to the brink of extinction.
I think it's important to keep as many species alive so that we don't have a catastrophic failure of our ecosystems.
Roberts is part of a loosely organized network, several hundred aquarium hobbyists across the country, who care enough to give endangered fish a home.
It's one of the few things that keeps a lot of fish around. If not for the aquarium hobby, there would be countless species that would be wiped out.
They seem to do very well in a home aquarium as long as they get fed a few times a day and as long as they get one of their favorite foods.
They go kind of crazy over boiled zucchini and brine shrimp, yum, straight out of the Great Salt Lake.
I just go out there with a net and scoop them up.
Roberts has been watching the males closely.
They'll get up next to the female and kind of shake.
In what appears to be a mating ritual.
It's kind of a shaking and shimmying. It almost looks like the fish is vibrating.
His hope is that his Amecas will produce babies he can donate to other aquariums and someday perhaps help reintroduce the species into the wild.
Humans have kind of messed things up around the world, and I just feel like I'm doing my part to undo that or do something good in the world.
Some scientists are hopeful a species similar to Ameca is currently being reintroduced in the same part of Mexico, getting a second shot at survival. John Hollenhorst, KSL 5 News, West Valley City.